Hi, we're back with Mississippi's favorite doctor. And of course, when most people think about retirement, they picture relaxation and freedom. But according to research, retiring too early could actually have negative impacts on your health. Today, we're joined by Dr. Quinn to talk about some of those negative impacts that could come with an early retirement. Good morning, Dr. Quinn.
Good morning.
First, can you tell us how retiring early could affect someone's mental health?
Most definitely. I had a conversation with a patient just on yesterday. She was about 74 years old, and she asked me if she should retire. And I told her about my opportunity today and how I've been studying all the scientific data and all the disadvantages to retiring, not just early, but retiring. She told me that she had a twin that when they were young, they could not tell them apart, but they can definitely tell them apart now. Now, she's still working at 74, but her twin retired at 60. And over the past 14 years, the twins' mental status has gone down drastically, and also her mobility. She's told me that her twin can't even walk without a walker. Oh, wow. And her twin has gained so much weight, and she has so many problems with her joints. Her health is not nearly as good as my patient yesterday that still works. And I told her that all these things are a result of just time, but also the facts that go with retirement that we're going to talk about today.
Right, Dr. Quinn. So is it common for people to become less active once they retire?
Most definitely. Most active physically and mentally. I want to show you this graph, but I don't know how good it shows. I felt like a junior high school student drawing graphs, but basically this is a graph of a research study that I wanted to just pinpoint. It's called the Pass Through Life Research Project. And basically these researchers, they queried hundreds of people over about 16 years. They all started at around 60, and half of the people had retired and half were still working at 76, which was 16 years later. And what's so interesting about this graph is they asked a series of questions as far as tests, and one of these tests was asking, can they recall 12 words that were very unrelated? But basically, the people that retired around 60 to 65, they had a great decline in their memory and also their thinking capability. And this is a very strong indicator for Alzheimer's disease. In addition to that, the people that continue to work, they didn't have as big a decline, but they had a small decline. So this supports a lot of data that if you stop working, your mind is not engaged or stimulated more so than a person that still works. And the person that retires, they have a higher chance of just having that decline of mental health as far as memory, developing Alzheimer's, ability to think quickly. Like I was driving last night and somebody cut in front of me and I was able to think quick enough to, maneuver so I didn't get into a car accident. But physically, as you just asked, the research supports the same scenario. If you continue to work, your preservation of your mobility, like my patient, is much more preserved on an average than somebody that retires because you're not moving about as much.
Right, Dr. Quinn. So you touched a little bit on just the physical aspect of that, but also the mental aspect of staying working and active. But can you touch a little bit on the risk for certain health problems if you do retire a little too early?
Most definitely. I mean, if you look at the data, the scientific supported data, there's a higher incidence of cardiovascular disease, different forms of cancer. But let me give you a solution, because at the end of the day, we want to empower our viewing audience with the solution. The solution is if you have a good financial situation and you're not extremely happy with your current occupation, like a friend of mine that's an attorney, he reinvented himself. He did not fully retire, but he doesn't get paid. What he did was he started a program where he provides legal services at no cost to individuals that want expungements and different legal advice, but they don't have financial means. This gives him a higher sense of purpose. Like he's helping people that he told me when he was a regular lawyer making bukus of money, he was helping criminals. But now he's helping people that are not empowered financially. And now he still has purpose. He's thinking every day. He's not making money, but he's good. And then some people go volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club or the Stoop Kitchen.
Yeah. Dr. Quinn, we are running a little bit out of time, but I do want to ask you one last question. If someone's already retired and struggling a little bit, what's one thing they can do to feel better today?
Today, they can look for something that's their purpose. Like whatever they really enjoy, try to become a part of it. Like maybe volunteering at the stew pot, like I was saying. A lot of my patients volunteer at different organizations, and it gives them purpose. And when you have purpose, you have less mental decline, less physical decline, and better preservation, and just a happier, more fulfilled life.